Since its inception, Rapala's DT series of crankbaits has revolutionized the way anglers fish for bass and other species. The DT philosophy is to design baits that appeal to fish, quickly dive to the desired depth, and stay there throughout the retrieve. Today, our hand-tuned DT series lures come in an array of shapes and sizes that catch bass at nearly any depth level. And with different lure profiles, actions, and colors, DTs mimic a variety of forage shapes and patterns and appeal to a wide range of fish activity levels. The newest crop of DT lures fills in the gaps and takes crankbait fishing to new extremes. For instance, the new DT14, a round-bodied bait with a rolling wobble, fits nicely into your lure selection between your existing DT10s and 16s. It's perfect for covering deep weedline edges or the fringes of standing timber. When fish are at the 14-foot level, the DT14 is not too shallow, not too deep, but just right. And like all lures in the DT series, it fills a niche by leaving no depth range uncovered. So too does Rapala's new deeper running version of the DT Flat, which is a thinner, more subtle version of the original DT series. The DT Flat 9 is a big brother to the original DT Flat 3 and 7, which took flat-sided body shapes and subtle wiggling actions into the shallows with surprising snag resistance. The larger DT Flat 9 probes slightly deeper, and in clear or cold water conditions where bass often prefer a wiggle to a wobble, the DT Flat is where it's at. The DT14 and DT Flat 9 are available with either VMC black nickel hooks or Rapala's exclusive Sure Set trebles in a broad range of colors, guaranteed to excite the fish you're after. Rapala is proud to offer these important additions to our already winning lineup, but we have no intentions of stopping there. We have exceeded the bounds of traditional crankbait fishing with logical extensions of our product lines that cover the ultra shallows and plumb the extreme depths. Fish now have to look out above as well as below.
What a beautiful fish, huh?
You know, since Rapala came out with the DT series, I carry everything to cover a wide variety of depths, from 20 feet right down to my new favorite. This is a DT Fat 1. Wobbles really wide, great for muddy water, fishing the nasty stuff, weeds, stumps, cypress trees, lily pads. This draws the big boys out. I love this bait.
Rapala's mission is to cover the water column from top to bottom, leaving fish nowhere to hide. Simply choose the proper DT for the job, and you can be confident that fish will see, feel, and hear your lure coming because it's right on target. That goes for the extreme shallows where big bass lurk in heavy cover, the kind of water where few anglers throw traditional crankbaits due to a wealth of snags and lure-eating obstructions. Here's where Rapala's new DT Fat 1 enters the fray.
One of the great things about this bait is you can reel it extremely slow. And I mean, it just crawls across that top out there. You can use it as a wake bait, you know, when fish are suspended out off of points. And, you know, they'll always rise to a bait. If it's moving slow and really looks good, they'll come up and bust that thing right on top, just like a topwater lure. And then the other way that I really like it is in extremely shallow water when you're fishing around stumps and rocks and grass. And, you know, you want a bait that runs fast, but yet don't go real deep and stay hung up in the cover all the time. You can reel this thing down and look at the vibration of that rod tip that you're going to get out of that thing. I mean, this bait has got a tremendous amount of action. Well, this bait is really going to fit that little niche for fishing in that shallow water cover.
Like the deeper running DT Fat 3, the DT Fat 1 is a wide-bodied, hard-wobbling balsa lure that accentuates motion and commotion while wiggling its way through the toughest, nastiest cover.
This bait right here is a killer. I catch a lot of big fish on it. Muddy to stained water, mean, nasty stuff. Fish come out and get it. Well, I'll tell you what, you cannot beat this thing right here.
The square lip is designed for maximum deflection, And coupled with a bulky profile, the DT Fat 1 creates maximum water displacement and vibration, going nowhere fast, but drawing plenty of attention in the process.
You know, this new DT Fat 1 has a specially designed bill, if you'll notice. It's a square bill, but it's also angled just perfectly. This bait will be awesome.
And the unique thing is, it performs best in water so shallow that you'd swear it won't run. In 0 to 3 feet, both you and the bass are in for a big surprise.
If you wind it fast and you bring it by them and they think it's running from them, buddy, they'll come out there and get that thing.
The 2 3/4 inch 5/8 ounce DT Fat 1 comes with either VMC black nickel hooks or Sure Set trebles, depending on your preference. And it's available in the same 11 colors as the DT Flat series, geared to shallow water visibility and performance. It features balsa wood construction for maximum buoyancy.
And the vibration it has is unreal. I want you to watch that rod tip. I mean, that thing is just absolutely violent. They can feel vibration. They don't have to see it. They feel that bang, 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 and that's what brings them up.
It's a wake-up call for big fish in shallow water. And now, for the first time, the DT series takes the plunge to cavernous depths unattainable with traditional crankbaits. Announcing the DT20, a 20-foot diver that digs down deep where other crankbaits fear to tread. It's the product of years of research and development, teaming input from the world's best crankbait fishermen with the innovation and experience of the design wizards at Rapala.
Here at Rapala, we have developed a crankbait that will run deeper than any crankbait available today. The DT20. No other crankbait will do this.
The DT20 features the same size balsa body as the DT16, but has a uniquely modified design that enables it to dive steeper and deeper and stay there during the retrieve.
The most important thing is we added some metal to the lip. By doing this, it allows it to go down faster and go down deeper. And that's the big key to the new DT20.
The key is a durable polycarbonate lip, shaped slightly narrower to minimize water resistance near the body, with a metal disc inserted near the pull point. The resulting lure almost stands on its head when retrieved, plunging toward bottom while maintaining a moderate wobble and seductive body roll that bass and other game fish can't resist. Great news, the DT20 won't wear your arms out trying to retrieve it all day. It quickly dives to 20 feet plus on 10-pound test monofilament line and swims enticingly through the water with near effortless retrieves. Deep wobbling? No problem with the new DT20 from Rapala.
You know, fishermen ask, where do you fish this bait? I like to fish submerged road beds, creek channels, humps, long points, short points that have real deep water around them, bridge pilings. I mean, it's almost endless where you can fish this bait. The key is that you can fish deeper than you normally fish.
The Rapala DT20 is 2 3/4 inches long and weighs in at a hefty 3/4 ounce. It comes in proven DT lure colors that have made the DT family so productive on fisheries all across the country. Each lure features VMC Sure Set treble hooks to convert short strikes into catches. And it's accented with an internal baritone rattle, creating a rhythmic cadence to alert bass and other game fish to its approach, no matter how deep or dark the surroundings.
What kind of cover can you fish with a DT20? When it comes to fishing rocks, I want my crankbait to hit the top of the rock. I don't want it to grind. And keeping a good medium retrieve, and you're touching those rocks, you're going to find out that this bait right here, DT20, is going to be your best bet.
The tight, lively action of the balsa construction provides maximum buoyancy for working the DT20 cleanly across the tops of deep submerged trees. Pause your retrieve, and it quickly rises out of danger.
When it comes to fishing wood, you want to get your bait down to that cover, touch that cover, and get it around it. You don't want to hang it up. Once that bait touches that piece of cover, I want to pause it, and I want to raise my rod and pull that bait towards me. Once I get over that piece of cover, I like to wind it fast 4, 5, 6 times, and then go back to my normal wind. If the pause doesn't get him, that right there always does.
Crawl a DT-20 alongside bluff walls or steep shoreline points. Scramble it across deep roadbeds or rock humps. It penetrates the depths and leaves no stone unturned and no fish unprovoked by its unique combination of action and attraction.
This bait goes places no other crankbait has ever been.
The Rapala DT-20. Take the plunge.
Folks, you want to catch big fish like this? Try DT-20. They had never seen a crankbait that deep.